Alright, we ready? Let's get it.
Number 10, his Instagram post. John Cena is prone to posting random images and memes on his Instagram page. However, that has now changed since Cena turned heel, as all of Cena's posts have been a direct reference to the heel turn. Upon examining Cena's outlandish Instagram feed, it's evident that a lot of Cena's posts over the prior months have indicated that a darker version of the former WWE champion was indeed coming. Just a matter of days before the Chamber, Cena posted a photo of a black hat featuring his iconic slogan hung up on a weight. Now, this could have been implying that Cena was hanging up the old persona and he was about to debut a brand new villainous character. In February, Cena would also post an image of He-Man and Skeletor sharing a milkshake together, which just so happened to be the same day in which The Rock expressed his desire to obtain Cody Rhodes' soul.
I didn't know that.
On the day of the Chamber itself, Cena would post a photo of Biggie. And while some fans theorized that this was Cena hinting that Biggie was cleared, it definitely indicated something else, with Biggie being in his New Day attire, which could have possibly implied that it was a new day for Cena as a pro wrestler and a heel turn was on the horizon.
Possibly.
But not only that, in January, Cena also posted an image of the fictional character Patrick Bateman from the American Psycho film. In the picture, he's peeling off his skin, possibly showing that he's peeling off the old persona. Number 9, Bad Blood. Now, The Rock...
That's a good way to do it. You just posting random pictures, and some people probably picked up on it, but some people probably didn't. I like that. That's pretty. It's a slick way of doing it involving social media.
Rock's infamous appearance at Bad Blood 2024 left everyone baffled. The Rock would appear following the main event of the show and raise up 3 fingers. For months, this had led to fans to question what on earth The Rock was even signaling. But upon closer inspection, it's entirely possible that he was delivering his own version of Cena's finger torn. This is further supported by the comments from the final boss himself, as this is what he had to say during the post-Elimination Chamber press conference. It meant something. I'm a long gamer. I like long gaming. I like creating with Paul Levesque and Brian Gerwitz and Mara Lassery, who's on my side of the team. I like creating with Paul and his team as well. We're long gamers. I thought Bad Blood, when we did a small subtle thing, there was a lot of criticism. Like, oh, it didn't mean anything. It did. It's okay. It's okay if you're not thinking about it now, but just trust me when I tell you, we're thinking about this stuff and long gaming this. And I love that. How is it possible that Cena's heel turn and allegiance to the final boss was first put together all the way back in October?
Possibly.
Number 8, the truck.
And that would kind of make sense because I'm sure they already knew who was going to win the men's and women's Royal Rumble. If y'all remember, there were reports saying that they knew Charlotte was going to win all the way back in like October. So that would imply they knew, obviously, Jay was going to win, John Cena was going to be runner-up, and they were just going to kind of play this up. That would make sense. It's cool seeing this in hindsight. That would definitely make sense.
But during the iconic outside brawl between The Rock and Cody Rhodes on the road to WrestleMania 40, WWE ensured that an image of the production truck featuring John Cena was in clear view. Fans speculated at the time that this was done to plant the seeds for Cena's surprise appearance at WrestleMania 40, but what if it meant something more? What if this was directly telling the audience that the former face of WWE was going to be directly linked to the storyline, just not in the way fans thought?
Possibly.
The other interesting theory about this particular segment and moment is that WWE also panned to Stone Cold's render on the truck. Austin was rumored for WrestleMania 40, and he was rumored to be in The Undertaker's spot during Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. With Austin directly declaring that he's willing to be at WrestleMania 41 in Rhodes' corner, could the Texas Rattlesnake be about to return to WWE television to confront his old nemesis of The Rock? Number 7.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. If that happens, I'm crying. I don't care. I don't care. The Undertaker making his appearance last year was fantastic. So good. But imagine
that a character change was coming. When a wrestler turns heel, it's not uncommon for them as a babyface to go on a losing streak. The wrestler will then get increasingly frustrated.
That makes sense.
They'll snap, either on their opponent or on the fans. Cena has declared on television that his win-loss record is abysmal, and it's only fitting that Cena decides to go to desperate measures in an attempt to reach his goals. Another key factor in this form of kayfabe perspective is Cena's reputation. Cena was losing to names such as Austin Theory and Solo Sikoa, and Cena had quickly become a laughingstock. It could easily be explained that The Rock informed Cena that things need to change, and the only way to save his career was to turn to the dark side for the first time since 2003.
And here's the thing. I hope, at some point when John Cena does come to one of these shows, maybe SmackDown most likely, and address why he did what he did, we'll get some answers to that, because it makes sense. The only reason why most people didn't think it was going to happen because this is his last run. But when you really break it down, it makes sense. He hasn't won in like 5 years. How is he going to beat Cody Rhodes if he can't beat Solo? If he couldn't beat Austin Theory, how was he going to beat Cody Rhodes? He would have to align himself with The Rock. It's just nobody really thought it was going to happen in his last run. That's what makes this so surprising even more.
Number 6, political power. Now, it was expected that Cena would win the 2025 Royal Rumble, so when Cena lost the match and was eliminated by Jey Uso, fans were stunned. Following the match, Cena would appear on the post-show press conference, and Cena's mood was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, it was.
This wasn't the bubbly, happy-go-lucky version of Cena. This was a serious, borderline irritated version of the WWE legend. Cena would sit down and declare the last time a main evented a WrestleMania was in 2013. That's a long time ago. The reason that hasn't been at the forefront in my mind, I've been a gimmick. I've been the first match. I've been in the middle. I've shared beers with the fans. My truth, my perspective, is I've always done what's best for business. But Cena's tone and language took a major shift, as he would then use his political sway to insert himself into the 2025 Elimination Chamber. Tonight, standing in the ring, I wanted this experience to be a tour of goodwill. I've openly left in the tank, and I just wanted to do something that would be nice for all of us to get together and have a good time. Unfortunately tonight, it's dawned on me that's not best for business. What is best for business is I main event WrestleMania. What is best for business is that I confidently say that I'm going to win a 17th championship. I'm announcing tonight that I will compete in the Elimination Chamber. Now, a babyface outright declaring that it's in the best interest of the company for them to main event is a very interesting move. And the fact that Cena was allowed to simply declare for the match definitely implies that someone higher up in WWE, that being the final boss, authorized this move. But on the topic of The Rock using his sway to book Cena in prominent positions actually meets the eye. The Cody Rhodes and Rock segment was positioned in the main event of the Chamber show, which led to a lot of questions from fans. However, when it surfaced that Cena was turning on Rhodes and siding with The Rock, it made all the sense in the world. From a kayfabe perspective, The Rock is manipulating the format of the show, and it's possible that this has been occurring for a long time. Number 5, the Royal Rumble. When Jey Uso shockingly eliminated John Cena to win the Royal Rumble, Cena had a rather compelling reaction. Now, if this was a 2010 version of Cena, he would immediately go into the ring and celebrate with Jey like he won the match alongside him. But that isn't what happened. Cena stood on the outside in total disbelief. He would then rush into the ring with anger, pull Jey out, and it looked like for 1 second that Cena was going to turn heel in this exact moment. Cena would then embrace Jey, but it's possible that Cena had to remind himself that Jey wasn't the issue, and his long game was to side with The Rock and defeat Cody Rhodes.
That's another possible
upon rewatching it, and hopefully
storytelling moment.
Offers some guidance on how long the specific heel turn was planned for. Number 4, Cena takes full advantage. Of the final 2 of the men's elimination chamber were John Cena and CM Punk. And just like it looked like Punk was going to be victorious, Seth Rollins would cost Punk the match with a brutal stomp. Cena oversaw these shenanigans, and Cena didn't remotely hesitate from taking full advantage and locking in the STF on Punk. Fans noticed this during the chamber itself last weekend, as it was completely out of character for Cena, and now we know that Cena was doing whatever it took to win, and it didn't even...
There were people that mentioned that. He instantly saw that and applied the STF. He didn't hesitate or nothing. He was like, this is it. This is the opportunity. The John Cena of old would have probably been a little bit more hesitant, but he didn't.
No matter how he won the match, a tainted win was still a win. Cena over the past 15 years or so has been extensively criticized for his version of the STF. Cena fails to lock it in fully, and it often looks like an utter joke of a finishing move. However, when Cena locked in the STF on Punk, it was almost as if Cena was choking Punk for real. It was tense and had a lot of genuine hatred behind it. If you're even listening clearly, you can hear John Cena saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Him saying sorry wasn't exactly the most heelish move, but it definitely played on John's conscience when he was taking full advantage.
That's...
yes, the daily. What's your progress on that meeting? My favourite. Yes, I can update the status of that.
And I didn't even realize that until afterwards, until they, people were showing clips of the audio of him saying, "I'm sorry." Just some of the subtle stuff you pick up on afterwards, it starts to make sense on why the turn even happened. This is good.
But the Force was Cena definitely signaling to the audience that he wasn't playing around. This was a key indicator that the darker version of Cena was finally here in WWE. Even when Cena made his entrance at the Elimination Chamber event, you could see the seriousness in tone and the instant face switch in his entrance. Cena definitely knew shit was about to go down. Number 3, the PLE poster. Now, upon The Rock being officially announced for Elimination Chamber, WWE would quickly amend their official poster for the event. But the new poster would feature The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott.
Yeah.
All 3 of these names were involved in the heel turn angle, and all 3 were responsible for the brutal beatdown of Cody Rhodes. This was WWE's way of hinting to the audience as to what was coming, and knowing what we now know about WWE and Triple H, this must have been deliberate. Nothing in modern day WWE is done for the sake of it, and this type of foreshadowing is one of the reasons as to why fans are so invested in the current.
And watch more people pay attention to these posters going forward and try to come up with reasonings or why something may happen. Watch, it's definitely gonna start happening for sure.
Product. Number 2, an industry-changing PLE. Now, on the weekend of Elimination Chamber, Triple H boldly tweeted out that Elimination Chamber would be an industry-changing event for WWE. Now, when the game first tweeted this out on X, he received some backlash, as WWE are the kings of hyperbole, but this was such a bold claim that WWE had to follow up with something meaningful. Even the CEO of TK Area Manual said pretty good things are planned for the PLE, and he said this back in early February. WWE knew they had something that could change the landscape of the industry set for the show.
Yeah.
All of the signs were there for an angle which would shake WWE to its very core.
And it did.
And number 1, the true face of WWE. John Cena was heavily involved in the Cody Rhodes vs. Roman Reigns WrestleMania 40 main event. And after Rhodes won, Cena was a key player in Rhodes' WWE title celebrations. But there were various shots of Cena eyeing up the WWE title, perhaps looking at a title that he, at one point in time, was looking unlikely to ever win again. Cena's behavior during this celebration is extremely over the top, and it's almost as if he's hiding his true feelings. Whilst there's been no confirmation on Cena's heel turn being planned that far in advance, if WWE wants to make this canon, there are a ton of shots at their disposal to spin this narrative. From Cena's perspective, he was the face of WWE for 2 decades, and WWE can never find another face of the company to replace him. However, that all changed with Rhodes. Rhodes is a face of WWE, and he's embedded in that position. Rhodes is overseeing record attendance numbers, record sponsorship deals, and the reception to the product speaks volumes. Cena's babyface character could have seen all this, and it could have made him snap. Cena has officially been replaced in WWE, and he just can't stand it. How does the supposed hero react? He signs a deal with the devil himself and shows the world that there's no WWE without him.
John Cena.
But there you have it, folks. 10 million.
That's an easy way to write that in. That's why I can't wait to see what he has to say, John Cena, on why he did what he did. And they can play up those moments. They can play up everything. John did help him and was an integral part of him stopping The Rock. He did that.
All right. Let's get into the next video.